Hi friends, today we are going to discuss about standards on auditing. In standards on auditing, first standard SA 200, that is overall objectives of an independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standards on auditing. Here in this standard we want to learn only two things, that is what is the overall objectives of an auditor? Objectives of an auditor while conducting the audit of the financial statements, and that audit should be conducted as per the standards on auditing. Okay, very few. If you understand this simple term, that standard clearly, you can easily understand the entire standard. Okay, what are the content that is required in this standard? And the first one, now, let us discuss about overall objectives of an independent auditor. The primary objective of an auditor is to express a reasonable assurance whether the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. And to express an opinion, second one, to express an opinion whether the financial statements are prepared in accordance with applicable financial reporting framework. Third one, to report on the financial statement and communicate as required by the SS in accordance with the auditor finding. Let us go into detailed explanation of these objectives. First, to obtain a reasonable assurance. Reasonable assurance is nothing but high level of assurance, but not absolute assurance. Absolute assurance is nothing but 100%. Okay, but as an auditor, we never give absolute assurance. Due to inherent limitations of an audit, we will provide a reasonable assurance, right? High level of assurance, when we will provide high level of assurance, only when we get sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Next, about next one is material misstatement. What do you mean by material misstatement? Material means whether it affects the financial position of the intended users. For example, companies like Reliance, 1,000 rupees is not a materiality because the company deals with crores. The 1,000 rupee here, 1,000 rupees will not affect the share value or market value of the intended users of the Reliance. Okay, so materiality is nothing but which affect the financial position of the entity or intended users of the financial statements. And next one is misstatement. Misstatement is nothing but the difference between the amount, classification, disclosure, presentation of a reported financial item and the amount, classification, presentation, disclosure that is required for the item in accordance with the applicable reporting framework. So reported item and applicable reporting framework. The difference between the whether it is amount or disclosure, presentation, everything, the difference is considered as a misstatement. Okay. Next, to express an opinion on whether the financial statements are prepared in accordance with the financial reporting framework. Regarding the opinion, we'll discuss in SS 700 series. And regarding financial reporting framework, we have discussed in the previous video. I will give link regarding the previous video in the below description. Whoever doesn't watch the previous video, please go and watch it. And the last one is to report on the financial statement and communicate as required by the SA in accordance with the auditor finding. As an auditor, your duty is to give audit report and to express your opinion on the financial statement. So, and you should communicate as if SA specifically mentioned to do anything, and you should follow, you should conduct an audit as per the standards on auditing in accordance with auditor finding. This is regarding the overall objectives of an independent auditor. And the next one is requirements for an auditor for conducting of an audit of financial statements. Generally, auditor needs some requirements for conducting an audit of financial statement. In that, first one is ethical requirements. Ethical is nothing but moral. Okay, and in ethical requirements of an auditor, it includes integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, confidentiality, and professional behavior. And these are the fundamental principles, code of ethics, okay, and fundamental principles of professional standard that auditor needs to maintain while conducting audit of financial statements. First one is integrity. Integrity is nothing but honesty. As an auditor, while performing your duty, he should maintain integrity. That is honesty. Objectivity. Objectivity is nothing but without performing the duty without any bias. As an auditor, you need to perform your duty without any bias. Next one, professional competence and due care. As an auditor, you should have minimum adequate knowledge regarding the audit, and you should take a reasonable care regarding the audit while performing the duty. And the next one is confidentiality. Confidentiality is nothing but maintaining secrecy. As an auditor, you'll get some sensible information from the client during the course of audit. As an auditor, you should not disclose this information to outsiders or any other person. But there are two circumstances where you can disclose this information to outsiders. These are the two circumstances. First one is with the permission of the client. By taking the permission from the client, you can disclose that sensible information to outsiders. And second one is as per law or statute. In the law or statute itself has given that you can disclose this information to outsider, you can disclose. Okay. And the last one is professional behavior. Professional behavior is nothing but the behavior that you need to maintain. As an auditor, you need to maintain some standards. So you need to maintain professional behavior as per the guidance issued by the ICA. These are the ethical requirements as an auditor you need to maintain for conducting audit of your financial statements. Topic is professional skepticism. Professional skepticism is one of the important quality of an auditor, right? What do you mean by professional skepticism? Professional skepticism is an attitude that includes a questioning mind, being alert to conditions which may indicate possible misstatement due to error or fraud, and a critical assessment of audit evidence. Remember, questioning mind. Okay, you should have a behavior of questioning mind. When you need to question, when there is a indication of possible misstatement due to fraud or error, you should question. Okay, you should be alert to the conditions. Wherever there is a condition which may indicate possible misstatement, you should question in such, means you should apply professional skepticism in such situations, right? And the next, following are the examples or circumstances where you need to use professional skepticism. First one, audit evidence that contradicts other audit evidence obtained. It's nothing but when there is conflict between two audit evidence, you need to maintain professional skepticism. For example, there is a purchase. For that purchase, you have two invoices. So two audit evidence. So two audit evidence are there for one purchase. So which one is? So in such situations, you need to apply professional skepticism. Next one, condition that may indicate plausible fraud. For example, sales invoice raised for 1 lakh, but there is no movement of stock. Invoice has been raised for sales, but there is no movement of stock. In such cases, you need to apply professional skepticism. And third one, doubt on reliability of documents. For example, you have in while conducting an audit, you have seen a invoice Toyota soaps. Toyota soaps. Have you ever listened? You didn't listen the word Toyota soaps, and you have seen a invoice regarding Toyota soaps. In such situation, when you have doubt on the reliability of document, you have to use professional skepticism. And circumstances that need for audit procedure in addition to this required by the SS. In some circumstances where you need to further use additional audit procedures, in such circumstances you need to apply professional skepticism. Remember, as an auditor, you need to perform professional skepticism during planning as well as performing stage. In both stages, you will use professional skepticism. Maintaining professional skepticism throughout the audit is necessary to reduce the risk. Means if you maintain professional skepticism throughout the audit, automatically risk will be reduced. Okay, and following here are the examples for that. First one, overlooking unusual transactions. Okay, and next one, over generalizing when drawing conclusion from audit evidence and audit observations. And the next, using inappropriate assumptions in determining the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedures and evaluating the results thereof. In these situations, we should maintain professional skepticism, right? And the next topic is professional judgment. Professional judgment is also one of the important quality of an auditor while conducting audit of the financial statements. What do you mean by professional judgment? Let us see. The application of relevant training, knowledge, and experience with the context provided by auditing, accounting, and ethical standards in making informed decisions about the courses of action that are appropriate in the circumstances of audit engagement. While doing an audit engagement, as an auditor, you need to take some professional judgment. It means you need to take decisions. How you will take decisions? Based upon your knowledge and training and experience, you will take decisions, informed decision during the course of action. That is nothing but professional judgment, right? Now we will see the circumstances or the places where we will use professional judgment. First one, it is necessary in the following cases. First one, while determining materiality and audit risk. So as we discussed before, which one is material and which one is not material. In such circumstances, professional judgment is needed. And another one is audit risk. We'll discuss audit risk in the next video. Okay. Next one. While determining the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedures to be applied. So what audit procedures we need to apply and what is the nature of audit, when we need to do audit, and everything is regarding the judgment, professional judgment. As an auditor, you need to take the judgment when we need to start the audit, what is the timing, everything planning. As we said, professional skepticism, as an auditor you apply the professional skepticism during the course of an audit at planning as well as performing stage. Same here, professional judgment also will use during planning as well as performing stage. Okay. Next, extent of audit evidence to be obtained. So, and to what extent the evidence that we need for performing an audit, everything depends upon professional skepticism. Next, evaluating whether sufficient audit evidence has been obtained or not. We should evaluate and decide. Decision. Again, professional skepticism will use. Next, evaluation of management judgments. So, management, whether management judgment we are evaluating as an auditor, we will use professional judgment. And the last one, drawing up conclusion based upon the audit evidence obtained. Based upon the audit evidence obtained, we'll draw conclusions, right? We'll form an opinion. And everything here, we need to apply professional judgment. Okay. Very, very important quality for an auditor, right? For example, management judgment, right? Here, while evaluating depreciation of an asset, management has used straight line method, and for some methods, and some methods they have used depreciation. So which method, it depends upon everything, which method we need to use for assets of an for an asset, everything depends upon professional judgment. Okay, so that is regarding today's topic. In today's topic, we have discussed about overall objectives of an independent auditor and the conduct of an audit in accordance with standards on auditing. In that, we have discussed about overall objectives of an auditor, and next one is ethical requirements, and next one is professional skepticism, and next one is professional judgment. Okay, if you have any queries regarding that, please mention in the comments box. Okay, and please subscribe to my channel and tap on the bell icon for more updates. Thank you for watching my video.